Samurai Nippon. The truth about ninja. Did the shadow warriors really exist? Opening.
Chirp, 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 chirp. The lullaby of crickets in the dead of night suddenly stops. Something is approaching. Step, step, the sound of feet treading on dry soil. But the sound gradually fades and eventually disappears completely, as if dissolving into thin air. You are now about to step into the greatest mystery of the Sengoku period. Black-clad warriors throwing shuriken and vanishing in smoke. Was this reality, or was it a fantasy created by later generations? The truth revealed tonight will overturn your common sense from its very foundation. And at the end, we will reveal the top 3 most powerful ninja tools in history. The third and second place are beyond imagination. But when you learn about the tool chosen for first place, you will see ninja in a completely different light.
Chapter 1: The Origins of the Shinobi.
Let's begin with a shocking fact. Did you know that the word ninja was actually a coined term created in Meiji era fictional novels? During the Sengoku period, they were never called ninja. Shinobi, Rappa, Suppa, Kusa. These were their true names. So when did they begin living in the world of shadows? The answer lies in the bloody power struggles of the late Heian period. During the Genpei War, warriors had already realized that martial prowess on the battlefield alone was not enough to survive. Information was the difference between life and death. In the late Muromachi period, a miracle occurred in Iga province and Koka district. In these mountainous lands, an intelligence organization, unlike any other in the world, was born. Why these locations? The answer lay in geography. Iga was an extraterritorial zone, beyond the reach of central government oversight, while Koka was a strategic point on the Tokaido, Japan's most important highway. In other words, they were the perfect places to hide. While naturally gathering information, here's the first shocking truth: the shinobi were never lone wolves. They had a perfect organizational structure that would make even modern corporations envious. Jounin were executives, Chunin were middle management, and Genin were field specialists, and reigning at the top, the Taisho were powerful figures who controlled regional politics and economics. Take the famous Hattori Hanzo Masanari, for example. In movies and anime, he's depicted as a ninja with superhuman combat abilities, but in reality, he was the CEO of the ninja world. Commanding an Iga shinobi army of 2,000 people, he never performed infiltration missions in the field. Rather, he served as Tokugawa Ieyasu's close advisor, making political decisions, and you'll be astounded by their compensation. For one successful mission, they earned the modern equivalent of 500,000 to 2 million yen. In annual income terms, some shinobi earned over 10 million yen. However, the price was their lives. Mission failure rates exceeded 70%, and capture meant torture. Followed by execution, it was truly the ultimate high-risk, high-reward profession.
Chapter 2: Iga vs. Koka. Real Mission Records.
400 a.m. on June 2nd, Tensho 10, 1582. 12 hours after the flames of Honnoji Temple stained Kyoto's night sky red, a man knelt before Tokugawa Ieyasu. The man's name was Ichirobe. The words that came from his mouth heralded the beginning of the most dramatic rescue operation in Japanese history. "My lord, I will escort you safely to Mikawa, even if it costs me my life." Ieyasu was in a desperate situation. With only 30 retainers staying in Sakai, Akechi, Mitsuhide's rebellion had turned all return routes into enemy territory. Using normal routes would certainly mean death. Here, the true value of the Iga shinobi was demonstrated. They ran through about 120 kilometers of mountainous terrain in 3 days, safely delivering Ieyasu to his homeland. What was the key to the success of this Shinkun Iga-go divine? Lord's Iga crossing? It was the amazing information network that the Iga shinobi had built up. They regularly traveled through various provinces as merchants and pilgrims, establishing safe houses and collaborators in each area. It was just like a modern spy movie. Meanwhile, the Koka shinobi's masterpiece was the perfect crime during the winter siege of Osaka. In 1614, when the Toyotomi and Tokugawa clans faced their final battle, the Koka 53 families executed an unprecedented long-term infiltration operation. They spent 5 years settling in as merchants and craftsmen in Osaka Castle Town. After completely blending in as local residents, they began full-scale espionage activities. The precision of the information they obtained was terrifying. Floor plans of the castle interior, quantities of food and weapon stores, locations of wells, and even Toyotomi, Hideyori's health condition and the names of his concubines, detailed reports rivaling modern CIA intelligence, were delivered to the Tokugawa camp weekly. Most surprising was their psychological warfare tactics. The Koka shinobi spread false information within the castle, internally destroying the morale of the Toyotomi forces. Tokugawa's great army will attack tomorrow. There are spies among us. We're running out of provisions. These rumors raced through the castle, and the Toyotomi army's fighting spirit was greatly diminished even before battle began. Here's a staggering number. The Koka shinobi's intelligence-gathering success rate was an incredible 94%. This is an abnormally high figure even compared to modern intelligence agencies. What was their secret? The answer was taking time. While we modern people tend to seek immediate results, Koka shinobi would spend 3, 5, sometimes even 10 years to complete a single mission. They devoted thorough time to building trust relationships, extracting core information the moment their targets lowered their guard. This patience was their greatest weapon. And here we reveal the third place in our top 3, most powerful ninja tools: the folding fan. Why a fan? The reason will be revealed in the next chapter.
Chapter 3, Ninja Tool Technology Analysis.
A fan as a ninja tool? That's what you're thinking. But for Sengoku period shinobi, the fan was a life-saving multi-tool. First, as signals, they could send coded messages to comrades through how they opened, waved, or held the fan. Second, for self-defense, iron fan ribs made excellent weapons that could incapacitate enemies if thrust into vital points. Third, for disguise, carrying a fan allowed them to impersonate merchants or court nobles. 3 functions in one tool. This was the pinnacle of shinobi minimalism. However, regarding the shuriken, the representative ninja tool, you're imagining I must share a shocking fact. Killing or injuring people with star-shaped shuriken, as seen in movies, is physically almost impossible. According to modern scientific verification, the probability of accurately hitting a target more than 5 meters away is only 8%. Moreover, they lack the power to inflict fatal wounds. So what were actual shuriken for? The answer is acoustic weapons. Shinobi used shuriken to make noise by hitting walls, or pillars diverting enemy attention. They were also used for signaling comrades. In other words, shuriken were not lethal weapons, but tools for manipulating sound. We now reveal second place in our top 3. Most powerful ninja tools: the bamboo tube. Just a bamboo tube? Don't underestimate it. This simple tool was the ultimate survival equipment that could mean life or death for shinobi. The bamboo tube's primary use was as an underwater breathing device. When moving through rivers or ponds, they used bamboo tubes as snorkels to hide beneath the water surface. Records remain of shinobi being chased by enemies, jumping into rivers and hiding underwater for over 3 hours with just a bamboo tube. But the bamboo tube's true value didn't stop there. It was also used as a long-distance communication device. By making small holes in the bamboo tube and using it as a special whistle, they could contact comrades or deceive enemies with fake bird calls. It also functioned as a poison dart launcher, gunpowder storage container, and coded document hiding place. Truly the ultimate multi-tool. The most amazing aspect of shinobi scientific technology was their gunpowder compounding techniques. In the late Sengoku period, shinobi conducted independent chemical experiments and developed different gunpowders for various uses. Smoke bombs fine-tuned the mixing ratio of saltpeter, sulfur, and charcoal to sustain large amounts of white smoke for 30 seconds. Flash bombs mixed in metal powder to generate intense momentary light. Tear gas bombs added chili powder to attack enemies' eyes. When modern scientists recreated the historical compounding methods, they were amazed by their precision and effectiveness, particularly the balance of duration and smoke volume in smoke. Bombs was comparable to modern tear gas. That such advanced chemical technology had already developed in 16th century Japan can only be called miraculous. And let me tell you the truth about water spiders Mizugumo. Unlike the popular belief of walking on water, they were actually wetland walking aids. During movement through swamps or rice paddies, they increased ground contact area to prevent feet from sinking into mud, using the same principle as modern snowshoes. While it's physically impossible for humans to walk on water, for this purpose, they were extremely practical.
Chapter 4: The Reality of Intelligence Networks.
Now let's reveal the full scope of the Shinobi's true terror, their organizational intelligence gathering system. In Sengoku period Iga and Koka, there existed an information network comparable to the modern internet. Its scale and precision far exceeded your imagination. The collaborators called Kusagras placed nationwide numbered over 3,000 confirmed individuals. They lived daily lives as merchants, craftsmen, monks, and courtesans while regularly collecting information. Information transmission speed was phenomenal. Incidents occurring in Edo reached Iga 3 days later. They possessed information dissemination power rivaling modern social media. Most interesting was the existence of the female ninja network. Women called kunoichi infiltrated the inner quarters of daimyo estates where men could never enter. The information they gathered was extremely valuable, with single pieces of intelligence sometimes worth the modern equivalent of 5 million yen. Here's a chilling fact: the Iga and Koka Shinobi organizations had management systems like corporations. Each mission had detailed budgets, success rewards, failure compensation, and even shinobi pension systems. Annual operating costs totaled the modern equivalent of about 1 billion yen. This enormous funding didn't come from client fees alone. Shinobi organizations also conducted independent commercial activities. They cultivated and sold medicinal herbs, manufactured gunpowder, and even operated as information brokers, selling the same intelligence to multiple clients. This was truly the prototype of modern consulting companies, and their amazing quality control system included a triple-check system confirming identical information through at least 3 different routes, a ranking system evaluating information reliability on a 5-point scale, and even a penalty system for collaborators who spread false information. Most shocking was the existence of international espionage activities. In the late Sengoku period, some Iga shinobi extended their reach to the Korean peninsula and even mainland China. During Toyotomi Hideyoshi's Korean invasions 1592-1598, shinobi had conducted detailed advanced surveys of local terrain, climate, and military intelligence. Their activity range extended from southern Korea to northeastern China, where they mastered local languages and completely blended in as merchants. According to some records, an Iga shinobi served as a Korean bureaucrat for 3 years, sending vast amounts of information, including military secrets, to Japan. This was extremely rare international spy activity of the 16th century in world history. And finally, the time has come to announce first place in our top 3 most powerful ninja tools. It is brush and paper. That's it, you might think? But consider this shuriken water spiders. Even bamboo tubes were ultimately just means for information gathering. The shinobi's true weapon was information, and the brush and paper for recording. Transmitting and analyzing that information were the most powerful ninja tools.
Chapter 5: How the false image was created in early modern and contemporary times.
So why does our image of ninja differ so dramatically from historical fact? The answer lies in an unexpected employment crisis of the Edo period. When the peaceful era without wars arrived, shinobi became completely unemployed. Former elite spies began second lives as low-ranking town magistrate officials, merchants, and farmers. However, the people hadn't forgotten their legendary exploits. The ninja boom that began during the Kyoho era, 1716 to 1736, showed excitement rivaling modern superhero movies. The Tachikawa Bunko series particularly captivated Edo commoners. The ninja depicted here were completely different from historical shinobi, supermen who walked on water, teleported in smoke, and defeated enemies one after another with shuriken. The background for this false ninja image lay in Edo period publishing circumstances. Rising literacy rates caused demand for popular novels to surge. Publishers kept embellishing stories to avoid boring readers. The mundane information gathering activities of real history wouldn't sell books. Flashy action and superhuman abilities were the keys to commercial success. The Meiji era brought further changes. With the influx of Western culture, ninja were repackaged as Oriental mystique. When Western detective novels like Sherlock Holmes became popular, ninja were also depicted as characters with superhuman deductive abilities. From the Taisho through early Showa periods, movies as a new medium made the ninja false image definitive. During the 1950s ninja movie boom, over 10 ninja films were produced monthly in an abnormal situation. The image of black-clad ninja with superhuman abilities established during this period continues to the present. And in the 1960s, ninja crossed borders. When the TV program Onmitsu Kenshi was broadcast overseas, ninja booms erupted worldwide. Particularly in America, ninja was recognized as a symbol of Japanese culture and frequently appeared in Hollywood movies. The economic impact of ninja in modern times is phenomenal. Ninja-related tourism income alone reaches about 50 billion yen annually, and including goods and video content, it forms a massive market exceeding 100 billion yen. Particularly Naruto, 1999-2014, was translated into 72 countries, elevating ninja to a worldwide Cool Japan icon. But ironically, the more famous ninja became globally, the further they moved from historical fact. The ninja experiences foreign tourists currently expect are completely from the anime and movie world. Shuriken throwing, ninjutsu shows, photo sessions, and black outfits. These certainly generate tourism revenue, but have absolutely no connection to historical shinobi. Recently, academic ninja research has finally begun. Mi University's Ninja and Ninjutsu Studies course and Historical Fact, exhibitions at ninja museums nationwide, are attempts to balance entertainment with academic research. However, correcting a once-established false image is not easy. Conveying the true ninja image may be a modern, impossible mission.
Ending.
Dawn is breaking. The cricket voices fade away, replaced by birds beginning to chirp. Tonight you have completed a journey across 500 years of time. The Shadow Warriors truly existed, but they were not superhuman fighters. They were information warfare professionals armed with outstanding intelligence and organizational ability. These men and women fought with brushes rather than shuriken, words rather than smoke bombs, and above all, truth as their weapon. What we should learn from them is not flashy action, but accurate information gathering, meticulous planning, and never give up perseverance. These are the most valuable lessons for us living in the modern world. Tomorrow morning, the world you see will look different from yesterday. Because knowing the truth is the most powerful ninjutsu that historical shinobi have been trying to teach us for 500 years.
Please share your thoughts in the comments section. Thank you for watching until the end. Please subscribe to our channel and hit the like button.